Hey y'all, it's Hey Mom, and we're going to talk about a subject that's been extremely controversial for about 8 years now, and that is politics. In 2015, Donald Trump said, "Hey, let me run for political office," even though he had no political experience, was not a politician, had no idea how laws are made. He said, "Let me run for president." With the help of Russia, he basically won the election. Hillary Clinton was defeated. She conceded. Things moved on. So here comes 2020. The 4 years under Trump were hell. He basically made the United States the laughingstock of the world. And then Corona hit in 2020 in March. And yes, there were some lower gas prices for a few weeks. It was cheap gas and stuff. But when people started reentering the workforce after being off work for several months, they wanted higher wages. So inflation hit because people wanted to be paid $20, $25 an hour. So basically, higher wages made inflation hit hard. Now Trump is running again. He created January 6th of 2021, which was basically an attack on the U.S. government. He instructed his followers to wear his gear, MAGA, Trump for president, blah, blah, blah bullshit, and to storm the Capitol building in D.C. And they did. I remember where I was on January 6th of 2021, like I remember where I was August 31st of 1997, because it's one of those dates that lives in infamy. Most people will tell you they remember where they were when Elvis died and when Pearl Harbor was hit. It's just one of those things. So basically what it was is he got pissed off because he lost the election. Biden won. And to stop the certification, he had his idiots storm the Capitol. Well, it didn't work. And the Capitol was still safe. They certified the election, making Joseph Biden the president, and that really pissed Trump off to no end. So at that point, he began the election lies. It was stolen from him. It was rigged against him. There were several interviews he gave prior to that said, if I don't win, it's rigged. So he already had an idea going into this that if I don't win, it's rigged against me. Whatever. Roll your eyes, because he's an idiot. Now, this is where Hey Mom comes into play. Most people will say, I don't know who to vote for. Mom, Dad, who do you believe? I say do your research. Trump is a liar. He's a con artist. He's fake. He's phony. He thinks he is God's gift to the world. He is not. He is very much a narcissistic sociopath. He's very egotistical, thinks everything is all about him. And when he doesn't get what his way, he calls everybody names. He basically gaslights and stuff. He's very well known for, I have these friends who are, and then insert random title here. It's irritating. Because he'll say, I have friends that are economists, that are English professors. I know this person, big burly dude. I know this person, woman, whatever. Let me tell you something. Trump is a liar. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about your wages. He don't care about your family. He cares about Trump. He cares about making himself so damn rich, he can never have enough money. Claims to be a billionaire, multi-billionaire. But he was sued by E. Jean Carroll and couldn't write a check for $500 million. That's because he doesn't have $500 million. All of his money came from German banks and Swiss banks that his father knew. So he basically used the deceased father card to get money. Basically, his fortune in real estate is not an actual fortune. He literally lives on borrowed money. And borrowed time at this point. So you'd want to research if you're planning to vote for Trump, which I cannot fathom why anybody with a functioning brain would. If you vote for him, I urge you to do the research like any good mother would. I would urge you to research who he is, who his parents were, what he stands for, things like that. He has said for years he was going to repeal the Affordable Care Act, which is also known as Obamacare. And at this point, he has said he has a plan, said he has concepts of a plan, says he has engineers working on concepts of a plan. Does not have a plan at all. He just wants to repeal it because he doesn't think Americans need health care. There are countries in this world like the Netherlands, Sweden, Newfoundland, that a woman can go to a hospital and have a baby and pay nothing. And the state picks up the cost, and the state doesn't expect to be reimbursed because they're not greedy. They don't care about money. They care about the health of the mother and the baby. The other thing Trump is extremely proud of is overturning Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade was a 1970s Supreme Court case that basically made abortion legal in all 50 states for reproductive rights. Now, I don't care if you're pro-choice, pro-life, pro-abortion, get the fuck out of my head, leave me alone. I don't care. Every woman has a right to make the decision for her body. Every woman has a right to an abortion if her life is at stake, if the life of the baby is at stake, if she's told that, hey, when this child is born, it is going to have problems, and she wants to terminate the pregnancy. She should have a right to do that. I'm very, whatever you do behind closed doors is your damn business. Leave me the fuck out of it. I know people that have had abortions. I know people that have carried dead babies full term. So, I see both sides of it. Personally, never had an abortion. I used to be very anti-abortion, very pro-life. But then, several years ago, one of my very best friends had to have one because she had an ectopic pregnancy, and if she didn't abort the baby, she could die. And it opened my eyes to, oh my God, I can't lose her. She's my best friend. She's my sister. I love her. I need her. So I just changed my view and said, okay, whatever you need to do to support yourself, go for it. And I was at that point, I became very pro-choice. Very, if this works for you, great. If not, leave it alone. Don't bother me. I'm choosing to stay that way. However, I know there are extremely religious people out there who feel that they have to ban abortion nationwide. And to those people I say, if the life of the mother's at risk, something needs to be done medically. If the life of the baby is at risk, something needs to be done medically. If both mother and baby could die or have serious complications, I fully believe that something medically needs to intervene and take care of everything. If you're very pro-choice and you're very like, whatever you do behind closed doors is your own damn business, leave me out of it, great, good for you. That just shows that you're not sticking your nose into everybody else's business and you're not trying to dictate how people live their lives. That's a very good way to live your life. So, the other candidate running for president is Kamala Harris. She's the Democratic nominee. She is a former attorney. She is a former prosecutor. I have dealt with prosecutors and defense attorneys in my day. So, I know how they operate. And honestly, Kamala Harris has never told a lie that we know of. She has a squeaky clean political record. She's done really well. She's a stepmom. And yeah, she's an all-around good person. She's a Christian. She believes, but she doesn't push her religious beliefs and views onto everybody. So, again, I would urge you to do the research. Now, a few weeks ago, there was a Trump between Trump and Harris. and she literally wiped the floor with him. A lot of people are not happy about that, especially in the cult of Trump. They feel that he won the debate. I don't feel like any debate has a winner. I feel that a debate is where two people come to basically present their argument, present their sides, and go from there. So I don't feel like Trump won the debate or Harris won the debate. Now, I will say he was fact-checked and he complained about that, which is a sign of narcissism and a liar. He had to have his microphone muted when he wanted to go off on her, which tells me he's egotistical and he's misogynistic. He lied about her and said that she was using his plans and Biden's plans for things in her administration, which isn't even true. She has no idea what his plans are, even if he had plans. At this point, no, we don't believe he has any plans for anything. And in all honesty, this election is going to make or break this country. Trump did say over the weekend, if he loses this election, he does not see himself running for political office again. This is a man who in June was convicted on 34 felony counts. 34 felonies. And he is still awaiting sentencing. He has lost his gun permit. He cannot own a firearm because he is now a convicted felon. His felonies were basically for the 2016 election, where he paid a porn star $130,000 to keep her mouth shut, where he basically stole the money and how he got it and all that fun stuff. How he was found guilty was the jury basically did their homework, they did their research, but they listened to the testimony. And the one smart thing his attorneys did was they didn't put him on the witness stand. So that's a good thing. Harris is a former prosecutor, so she would have had a field day with this guy in court. She would have literally gone off and let him have it, and she would have made him make an ass of himself in court, and he would have been convicted easily if she was the prosecuting attorney. So, at this point, I'm not telling you to vote for Trump. I'm not telling you to vote for Harris. I am telling you to do your research. I am telling you to look stuff up, to be an educated voter. The more educated you are, the more likely you are to vote the right way. You're going to vote the way that's going to save democracy. You're going to vote the way that's going to help everybody. Things like that. I would highly recommend doing your research. If you're in the cult of Trump and you believe everything that orange hemorrhoid stain says, I'm going to ask you to pull your head out of your ass, to get a formal education in you, and to figure out what the hell a narcissist is, what the hell an egotistical man is, what a sociopath is, what a psychopath is. Trump literally has no conscience, no morals. He is proud of the fact that he screwed over his family. He had his dad's will altered to give him everything when his dad died. So that way his brother could not take on the family fortune and could not have any claim to it, which is the sign of a killer. Most killers will alter the will or make up a will to get what they want. That's what Trump did. He altered it so he got everything and his brother got nothing. His brother has a child with cerebral palsy, I believe. And this guy's an adult now. And he's in a wheelchair and all kinds of stuff. And on Instagram, People Magazine had an article where Trump told his brother basically to let his nephew die. So Trump's nephew, he wants him dead. Because he's tired of paying for medical care. He's tired of taking care of stuff. How sick is that to say, I want my family to die? I want my family to basically be left here alone, no medical care, no nothing, and to die. I feel like his argument on let the sick people die is not only disgusting and irreprehensible, but it's just downright mean. Like, how the hell can you tell somebody, let my family die? Like, let my family die. Like, what is wrong with you, you know? Fred Trump III, who is Donald's brother, has said I'm not letting my son die. I'm fighting for what's right. I'm fighting for what's mine. Things like that. Donald is basically, ignore him. He's a crazy person. Anytime anybody speaks out against him, they're automatically labeled crazy. I have been there myself. And let me tell you, you speak out against a narcissist, you are not crazy. You are not crazy. They're gaslighting you. They are manipulative, and they feel like they can do whatever they want. So keep on speaking out. Keep on pushing the boundaries. Keep on speaking the truth, showing the truth, letting everything come to light. Because at the end of the day, the light needs to be shown. Kamala Harris has never told any of her relatives to die. She's never been mean to her stepkids or their mom. Never told any of them to die. They're not allowed at her house, anything like that. She's basically been the opposite of Trump. She's been warm and welcoming, inviting. She's like that wannabe Stepford wife in the suburbs with fresh baked cookies at the door and milk on the table waiting for you to come inside. She's very much a go-to person. So yeah, it's just one of those things. Honestly, Trump should be in prison. So